Greetings and salutations, my name's Kartosael, and welcome back to the Ripple Effect server, Minecraft. Well, that certainly has been a while, hasn't it? I'm sorry. Yeah, so basically I kind of run out of, motivation to play the game, and even more so the motivation to record the game. But yeah, I thought, last week, not this week, but like the week before that, I was sick, homesick, and there was not much I could do, so I just played some Minecraft. So I did some stuff, and I thought, I've been slowly getting back into the game, and I just wanted to give you all an update report of how things are looking nowadays. And why are the torches still here? Just thinking they're there for a very long time, but have absolutely no purpose. We have lamps now. Also, please close the door again. So, what have I done in the meanwhile? Quite a lot, because previously, the last episode I made, we were working on the storage system. It wasn't finished. It's finished now. So yeah, I did stuff. And whoosh, stuff. Of course, they're trees in a way, because why wouldn't that be? I finished the front of the palace entrance. It's just the entrance of my palace, and made the second minaret. So we now have two. Lovely. So this is all there really is, though. It's a point. Like the sides and the back, it's not there. Of course, still need two more of these towers on the two other corners. Still a lot of grindy work to be done, which is not my forte, alas. So why did I choose such a thing? I don't know, because I'm a masochist probably. But as you could probably also see, I have been working on the storage room. Yes, that is the storage room. I've put a roof on it. Not, decorated the walls yet, but I've got a roof on it. So that's what I'm going to show you. There's another thing I made, and I'll show you that later. I'll show what it is later. But that's this thing. You can't really see much because it's kind of tucked in, but I'll show you from the top after I've showed you the storage system. There's still a big empty space. That is a new walkway. This is new, by the way. Never mentioned that, but this now leads directly to my branch mine, which was a lot easier than walking all the way back to my pyramid. It's not that far, but and then climbing down and then stuff. So this is a little side tunnel off of my actual branch mine, as you can see here. There it is, lovely. I know you hear this weird sound on the background, but that's a child on the, I don't really know what you call it in English. But you have an apartment, and then there's like this central stairway where all the doors are connected to. All the resident doors. Well, there's a child just hollering there. Anyway, this is now the state of our storage system. It's actually filled now. All my items are inside this storage. All the small amount, relatively small amount of items are on this floor. This floor was already done last time. Of course, you have some differences with the roof. You have a little bit of daylight to do that central element with a bit of glass in it. It looks nice, I think, at least. But this is now finished as well. With this little water elements, and grass and plants, and these small side chambers in which I store my bulk storage, like my sand, my gravel, my armor and weapon sets over here. I don't have many. I still need to enchant those armor pieces. And then I have cobble and the different kinds of other stones and all kinds of goodies. Also my two plants that are need it for my dies, and I've also built one of those concrete thingies in here, hidden away, like so. And I'll just stand here and create concrete with my macro on my mouse. Haha. It's very, very. I think I quilled it away really nice. It's not that I desperately want to hide it or something. It's just that it didn't really fit anywhere, and I wanted it as close to my storage system as possible. But I didn't want it to branch off in this direction, like I did with this one down there, because I might want to use that for reasons. I don't know. You know, I was trying to keep my options open. These columns now go all the way up, which they didn't do previously. But here we have, of course, what will be the gardens. Well, you can't really see out of it eventually. It's not meant to do that. If you want to do that, you can also walk to the top and be like, hey, but I made this little tunnel and that little shack, I guess. The tunnel is not done yet, as you can see. I mean, the top part's done, but the bottom part is certainly not. As you can see, it's floating. The reason this one has windows is because it's actually just a bridge over what's going to stand on columns eventually, and it will have like more branches in that direction eventually. And this is actually where my farms and stuff will be. Right now, my most important husbandry department is there. That's my sheep, because I do like the look of this. As you walk through here, you can just see outward, and of course this would be much nicer if you once that wall is actually finished. You can walk that and here we have sheep. We have pink and thrice yellow sheep. If you're wondering what the glass columns are in the middle, the glass columns are actually placed on a block of grass. Now, if you place a transparent block on top of a grass block, or on top of a dirt block, I believe grass doesn't spread to it. But on top of a grass block, it still allows the grass to spread grass to the dirt around it. That means that there will always be one block in these little departments that the sheep will never be able to graze. So even if they somehow suddenly all decide to go in a feeding frenzy, there will still be a single block of grass that can return grass to the entire kennel, pen, whatever you call it. That. So that's basically what I've been up to. Doesn't seem like that much, but it is. It is quite a bit of work, to be honest. Dolores is here now as well, as you can see. Hello, Dolores. What I did want to look at today is this. It's so empty. And in part that's fine. Definitely in part it's not fine. I'm perfectly happy with like the amount of space around here. You can see those doors, but if you just enter in, it's kind of boring, to be fair. So I kind of had an idea on how to solve that. Well, I'll gather materials and show it to you what I had in mind, and sleep this night away, and I'll be back. So we're back here in my storage system. That's because I remember that I did want to talk about this little part here. It's now just like this small empty water thing, and I'm considering doing various things with it. I could build like a little ornament in the middle, like a statue or something. I do have a statue design saved up, but that was not necessarily for this room, but I could put it in the middle. I could also not and just keep it like a water thingy, and you know, eventually if the 1.13 I think patch comes through, then there are fish, and I could probably possibly put fish in here, Then I have to check if they don't despawn, and otherwise grab a lot of name tags and such. But that's a possibility. So what do you guys think? What would be nice here in the middle? These banners are, by the way, so I can, when I'm down here, easily see which way is the exit. Because I can get lost a lot when I'm down there. So what do you guys think? Should I put like a statue in here, or fountain thingy? An ornament? And if so, what kind of ornament? Or should I keep it like a fish tank? Which means that for right now, it's going to be like this. Perhaps I'll eventually then deepen it by 1, because fish need a bit more space than just 1 deep. That's kind of weird. But yeah, that means it will take a long time for that to actually happen. Or good, of course, there's also the possibility to do both. But what do you think? Give me a holler. So fish. So what to do with water element of the storage room? Also thinking about coloring, putting some kind of color on the 4 points of this, so that I can easily see which way to go. Because if you look like that, that's like, it's very hard to, at a glance, especially if I'm standing here, distinguish which of the 3 paths is which. I mean, if you truly look at it, sure, you can see wall over there, you can see a glass door over there, and just a window over there. And, well, that wasn't, I can see that difference. But apart from that, if you just look quickly, and it's like, so I'm thinking about adding some kind of color. I tried putting like blocks in there, like just pointed out like there and there, but that looked really weird. So that's a no-go. Can't replace parts of the wall either, because you'd see it on the other side. Yeah. Thought about banners, but then I had to get colors of specific shape, which is of course a possibility, but it's tricky. And I'll probably hang them on those blocks. Could also try and change those blocks, but probably also would look weird. And then again, which blocks would I choose? Well, that's still something I'm thinking about. Goodbye, Billy Blob. So, and welcome back, Billy Blob. What I was thinking about adding to these pillars to liven up this room, you can probably already tell from my inventory what I want to do. Of course, I need to keep the light and be very careful not to actually destroy the lamps, because this pick is a fortune, not a silk touch. For that, I have my shovel. It's like building a small depression. That sounds so depressing. No pun intended. And then replacing this with small flower beds. Probably mostly grass beds, but you know, perhaps some flowers as well. Just, you know, a little bit of green-ish. It's still desert territory. A little bit of green. And this way, this side would have the same. Remove these, put in steps, because I think that looks better. Well, actually, we could test that one out, couldn't we? Put a small grass and dirt, and then if you'd come in, you'd have a little bit of difference, especially because, you know, you could see flowers in there and whatnot. Could also, if we're going with the whole flower bed idea, decide to not go with the stairs, but go straight down, like so. Of course, if you fall in, yeah, well, you're in. I don't know. I think that's a bit of too harsh of a change. You get what I mean? Could also another option. There's very many options. If just, you know, still just using these flower beds, keep it flush with the floor. That's another option. Although that will actually allow you to see the dirt, eventually grass. It doesn't change much. Yes, you change the block, you change some things, but I get a feeling if you create like depth like this, it just adds more, in my opinion. Not so humble opinion. Of course, there is another option of doing this. Actually, no, there is not. I thought it would be an option, but that in order to do that rightly, you'd have to cover up the light, and that will not do. So that's not an option. In case you were wondering, that's not an option. I guess I'll let the grass grow for a bit and actually bone meal it. I want to say filled with flowers, but bone meal it doesn't necessarily flowers I'm looking for. That should give us a much better idea of whether or not that's a good idea. Of course, there is another option. Yes, there's always more options. And that is to instead fill this with water. Water is a very prominent theme in this space, as you can see. Because it's the desert and nothing says opulence as wasting water within the desert. So that would be an option. Not sure if it's a good option. And then of course you have the same problem. Should you keep it flush? Should you sink it in like hard, or should you sink it in softly? And if you have a dirty mind, then that sounds so weird. I apologize. So those are things to consider. Not too sure about whether I would want the water in here, to be honest. Well, I'll give it a think. And in the meantime, we'll wait for the grass to spread, and I'll be right back. You know, off camera I had a thought. About 1.13. They added phantoms, didn't they? This place was designed to keep out normal mobs, not phantoms. There's just they can fly right in. We'll deal with it once we get to that. Anyway, I have waited as long as my patience allowed me and filled up the various plant boxes, so they're not completely, because some parts of it were still dirt. It seems to have grown now, of course, but whatever. So these are the 4 different options. As you can see, there's a little bit of green in that. In that just enough to break up the boringness. And if you like, well, a little bit of tall grass, a bit of tall grass like that, and then suddenly it comes a bit to life, and you get like plants and stuff, and I like it. Whereas that just looks very grassy. It looks more like there's weed, whatever. The stuff you throw herbicide on. It's in your base, and it just I don't personally like that, but I don't know. So this is the soft incline, and this is the hard incline. Now, as far as the visibility of the plants, the soft incline does make them a little bit more visible. It's not like an awful lot, but just a little bit more. And as you can see, I have also tried out the water, not enamored by the water, by the way. No, I don't particularly like it. You could say that it does not suit my fancy at all. Snape, my role model. Anyway, that aside, don't like the water. So I'm personally considering using these. I would build in different plants, like the more exotic plants. There was an element just flying by. Could have been. But I would very much like to hear your opinions. So, do you like the flush box? That was definitely that is an Enderman. Do I? Nah. So do I? So the three options, as far as I'm concerned and aware, are the flush, soft incline, and hard incline. Technically, water is another option, although I would have to do something else with it than just this failure of a pool. No, 1.13 might be nice if like half blocks filled with water, which is actually a thing, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. By the way, all those half blocks that you can fill with water and stairs that you can fill with, you could probably make really awesome fountain designs. Oh, anyway, that's that all in due time. Of course, if you have any other ideas on what I can do with these corners, or if I had to do something completely different than what I am currently considering, also a possibility, in which case let me know. I'm very much open to suggestions. Just actually the main reason I enjoy making the Let's Plays is to have like feedback from people. But I hate it, or I love it. I prefer that I love it, of course, but if you hate it, I'd like to know. As long as you tell me why. So yeah, also saw a dev message I didn't see that often. Billy Blob experienced kinetic energy. And went on blaming Magoo's tunnel design for it, so... Oh. Those Northerners. And I think Magoo is Swedish and Billy Blob is Norwegian, not the other way around. I don't know. I don't watch the videos as often as I would like. I just don't have the time. Isn't that right, Dolores? Anyway, what I have noticed in my off-time play of Minecraft is that if you do watch Let's Plays, watch the Let's Plays of the games that you want to feel inspired by. I haven't watched like any Minecraft Let's Plays recently, and I noticed that reduced my enthusiasm about the game, whereas when I do watch them, it increases my enthusiasm. Just something to keep in mind. You know, if you don't care about it, then you don't care about it. Fine with me. But I just thought I'd share. And I'm suddenly considering just changing out this front row for purple, but that makes that really... I don't think I'll do that. Just no. So, the things I would like your advice on is flush, soft incline, hard incline, sharp, and the storage room. Do I have an ornament? Do I have a fish tank? Which means that's going to be postponed until much later. Hello, sound. Or do I try both? Which means I just start off with an ornament and then later on extend it into a fish tank. I don't even know if that's... If you can... Yeah, that's... Anyway, or something completely different. I'm so glad that we've decided to make sure they hold empty blocks, so they don't just carry stuff around and plopping it down and stuff. Regardless, thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to keep it at that. Nice, short and sweet. Because I don't have that much time. I basically play Minecraft whenever I have the opportunity, which is usually when the kids are around, because they love watching me play Minecraft, which means they're off my back for just a little while. I know that sounds horrible, but it's not like I'm constantly gaming while they're around or something, don't worry. Sometimes, you know, I do it as much for myself as I do it for them, because they just enjoy watching it, and you just sit around the computer and have fun with the, well, 4 of us. But yeah, that doesn't mean I can't record. It's basically the point I was trying to make. So the most that I can record is these like keep you posted kind of things. So I I've been waiting at the sheep. Like, look what I did, and I need your advice about this. So this is what this is. Long rambling part. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna cut it off. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. And until then, farewell.